You too, back with another one. Is sex a duty in a relationship? That's what they're talking about. And me personally, I think it is. I mean, listen, if you don't want me in no other cheeks, you better be giving them cheeks up. And I don't mean like it gotta be some on command type stuff. I think that's a little extreme. That's a little too much. But I think it's more than reasonable for a guy to expect you to take care of him if you expect him to be faithful. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. But we gonna see what they got to say.
She
There
went
you
there.
go. It's that word duty. Like, is it your duty to have sex with me as a wife or as a partner?
Yeah, I think so. If I'm married to dude, yeah.
I would like that.
White girl, pearly, whatever she prefer to be called. I know she don't prefer to be called white girl, pearl. That's something I threw in there. But anyway, I like her. I done heard a little bit of what she be saying, and she right. You know what I'm saying? Along the same line I be on. If she not married now, she will be. You can bet on it. All right.
But I don't know if it would be like a duty. Like, oh, if you don't do that, I don't know. Like, it's just the word.
You wouldn't
I would
want.
expect it. I
Okay,
guess.
you wouldn't want your wife to have sex with you whenever you wanted.
Well, yeah. But if she told me like, look, I'm not feeling 100% today, I would not be like, no, have sex.
I mean, yeah, you can have an
Nah,
off day at your
yeah,
job,
yeah.
but your job is still like you can have a day where you're off and you feel sick. Your boss might say, okay, it's fine, but it's still your job.
Exactly. Look, if she kept doing it, be like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Are you not attracted? I would question. Are you not attracted to me? Are you doing what's the reason?
See,
why?
he want to
Yeah.
talk about it,
Obviously, talk it,
bro.
like for a few days.
Listen.
Maybe. I don't see it as a duty.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like our
Tripping.
generation has like a negative like connotation to the word duty. So sometimes when we hear duty, we just kind of hear it as like a burden, or you like I don't actually want to do it willingly. But I feel like if you reframe it, sometimes duty is like it's an honor. It's actually like okay, like it's your duty maybe like to serve your country or to do something that you're proud of. So that's kind of in that context of a relationship. I would frame it that way. But
Bro,
I
that's
would
literally just
disagree
part of
with
being a
the
wife.
point
Like
of whether a man is entitled.
women, yo, they really they want men to be faithful, but then they don't want to do like what needs to be done for a man to be faithful. Like we want to fuck all the time. We understand y'all may not be up to par. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, but like you probably have a happier relationship if your man do cheat for real. On some real shit. Look at this. A side bitch is like, imagine if you had a designated person to go to work for you every time you called out, and you still got paid. Like the day they went, they ain't even get shit for it. Well, they might got a little something, but you still got paid whatever you was gonna get paid. You probably call out all the fucking time, right? Cause what you need to go in for, you got this person. That's what a side bitch is. She does the shit that you supposed to do that you don't want to do, and you still get all the same shit you was gonna get. I mean, y'all make it like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, cause if the nigga wanted the bitch, he would go with her, but he still come home to you. Well, I ain't about to rant shit.
What was your point about from the man's perspective? Sorry.
The
Oh my
question
gosh,
I asked
feel
was
me, though.
why is it okay for women to feel entitled to
If
be
you felt
protected
that, give
and
me a
provided
like.
for, but
Real
it's wrong
shit.
for a man to feel entitled to sex and intimacy? Because, well, I mean, maybe
What?
this room mostly agrees, but, like, in general, when I ask women this question, typically it's, well, what if
That's
the
because the
extreme
way they
scenario,
hearing
the
it.
worst things ever happened to me ever?
They go straight into that their body is being objectified.
Yeah.
And they only are wanted because of their body, when it's innate in men to want that from a female. Going back to the question before,
Bro, before we even walk up to y'all, you know what I'm saying, say anything to y'all, we already looked at y'all and said, I will fuck her. Our mind isn't like, oh, she looks very, very nice. I would like to be her text buddy. I would like to text her, oh, I would love to get her Instagram. Be like, damn, we ain't already picture how we can flip you over and some more shit. Now we gonna walk up and be respectful about this shit because we trying, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, we talking about objectifying all this goofy shit. Bro, women be tripping, bro.
or if a woman is
Why are you not investing in tax liens? No, seriously.
duty to please a man sexually, when does that duty start? Since we're saying that man has a duty to protect his girlfriend from jump, does a woman have the duty to give her man the sexual pleasures from jump, since that is
I'm sorry, but for me, the way I see it is, right,
mhm.
if you want me to be monogamous with you, you can't then just be like, okay, I'll do this when I want, you know, I'll only have sex with you when I want, because then you can't complain if the person cheats. You can't.
Okay.
If you decide to not make it a duty, you can't complain when he cheats.
Also, like, imagine, like, say you go out and she starts a fight, someone starts a fight with her, you're like, well, this time I don't.
Exactly.
I don't.
Oh, now you get it, buddy. That's duty.
Why do you think male sexuality is so stigmatized? Why must men put up with female hormones being emotional and crazy, but women can't put up with male hormones being horny? Corny.
I think people just, it's what's expected now. You know, as a man, you're
Exactly. For no good reason at all. It's just the way it's always been. But we live in a world where nothing is like it's always been, right? But they still expect all the same shit. But then they just like whatever benefit them. If it benefit them, it's cool. If it don't, it gotta go.
expected to be stoic or to not show or to just be in control of what you're doing. And so if you fall short in any sense, it's somewhat seen in a bad way by society. Whereas with women, people kind of make allowances, even if they're having a bad day or it's because of their period or whatever. You know, we always have an excuse for it and say it's okay. So I think that's what it is.
I also think misconception is like, I think it's often viewed that men are always in the mood, or most of the time we're in the mood. You know,
Well,
which
no, we not always.
isn't the case. Like sometimes we've just had a long day. You know, you're not trying to and in the case where
Sometimes you might just want to chill.
Your woman is like laid the roses out and all of that stuff, and you might not be in a mood that she's in, so you kind of have to. But it's always perceived that there's something wrong in the relationship. It just isn't the case, because when it's the opposite, when the lady's like not in the mood, we're supposed to be understanding.
But if you guys say
Each
that,
and every time.
then the girls say, "What's wrong?
What's
What's
wrong?
the problem?"
Yeah,
You're cheating.
Right.
Facts.
I ain't think hard no more.
Men and
Who you been
women
fucking?
display
Right.
mental illness.
Bitch, I'm stressed.
I think especially when it comes to hormones. And sometimes we ascribe hormonal behavior as mental illness. We'll
Look at this motherfucker. He cooler than an igloo with a ceiling fan, ain't he? Nigga, too cool.
see a woman that's going through hormonal changes and we'll call her crazy. We'll see a man that's going through hormonal changes and we'll call it a midlife crisis. But that's just basically the change that happens in their hormones. They're at a different stage in their life, and things are changing that they can't control. And it comes out in
Isn't
behavior.
the crazy thing more hyperbole than anything? It's more just you exaggerating. You just say, you're just acting wild. It's not necessarily saying they have a mental illness.
I think, yeah, maybe sometimes. I mean, I know in my own experience, I see your point that sometimes maybe we can use words in the extreme, and maybe we're just, like halfway about it. You're crazy. Not saying that she's gonna pull out a knife and do something. Although I have known some that might. But I guess my point is it's very in our society we tend to focus on the struggles that women go through with hormones and menopause and all that. But when viewing that from that same lens,
this motherfucker put you to sleep.
And
Damn, nigga.
how our hormones affect our decision making. I think often it's just labeled as toxic. A man who's corny might act a certain way, so he's just a dirty old man. when that's probably how he's been acting for the previous 30, 40 years, and how he's probably gonna act for the next 20 years. That's just him being a man with testosterone, in my opinion.
Can I
I
also?
mean, it's kind of like you said before. As a man, you're supposed to control your emotions and your feelings and
I
all that.
don't even know what the
hormones
fuck
and
he
all
was
that.
talking about.
So it's not
I
about them
tuned out.
being horny. It's about them feeling. You know what I mean?
Could I ask a question? Is that okay? Like, because
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know where the hell this conversation is right now. I feel like the question and the topic was simple. I know having a discussion in a room like this is the conversation is going to veer off, but the initial question was just so we circle back, just in case they didn't. I mean that just in case they don't. Is sex a duty in a relationship? Yes. If you want me to only be with you, then yes. If you're fine with me being with you, but being with them, you know what I'm saying, that's fine too. If you're not fine with that, then like, you know what I'm saying, like, but of course women won't agree with
obviously
that.
there's mostly men here. How would you guys feel if like society didn't sort of curtail a man's sexuality? So if like we just lived in a world where every man's sexual desires was displayed to the fullest, would that be would that be beneficial for society?
I mean,
Getting
I don't-
tired.
Like
I think it
displayed.
depends on what you mean, because I don't think a lot of things would. There wouldn't be many
Wouldn't be
successful men
displayed.
if everyone was giving in to all of their
The sexual desires, that's for sure.
sexual desires, and a lot of men would be in not very good situations if they were just doing whatever they wanted. I think sexual discipline is a good thing in a sense.
Question for the man: have you ever tried NoFap?
Man, think about it. The more pussy you got, the less you really care. Like, you got the motherfucker that ain't got nothing else to do, that chase pussy all day, and that's about it. Any productive motherfucker don't even have the time to be thinking about the pussy like that. So I don't know. He may be right about that. But then having an abundance of pussy might make the motherfucker value it a lot less. So he may still be successful. So then he may be wrong. Probably be about the same amount of successful motherfuckers for real. He talking about no fat. You supposed to be beating your shit like that anyway, bro. You supposed to get all that shit out when you're a young boy.
What's
8
what,
years
what
I
is
was
that?
voluntary celibate.
NoFap.
Yeah.
Semen retention.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
don't.
it was
Yeah,
very
sure.
difficult.
Heavy
And
drought,
it
buddy.
produced a lot of problems for me. I made a lot of bad decisions.
This is Gap, a white supremacist website. Only
Yeah, that's enough of that. We definitely don't need to hear about that website. Thanks for watching. Till next time.